It's that time again, elites. It is that time. This video right here, so many people have been waiting for this video. As we all know, yes, I do own Resident Evil 6. I have received a tremendous amount of messages, asking me to give my thoughts on this, review it, whatever, tell me if I like it or hate it, due to the fact that this title has received so many mixed reviews. Now, of course, we live action, you already know what it is. I'm going to go into this as to what I think about this title. Okay, now, first things first, with the Resident Evil series, I'm a true fan. I own 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and Code Veronica, Dark Side Chronicles, and Dark Side Umbrella Chronicles. So, the Umbrella Chronicles and Dark Side Chronicles. So, story-wise, don't even come at me with that. Plus, also, yes, I finished all 4 campaigns. That's right. You only thought it was 3? No, there's 4. There's a 4th one you can unlock. And I went through all the campaigns with another human player, aka my brother. Of course, the 4th one is single player. Now that I have, I've experienced the true full game experience. I just didn't play a little bit. I just didn't play a demo, which I'm gonna address people who played the demo and just pretty much determined that this whole game is garbage. I'm gonna address that. Yes, I have played the whole entire game, mercenaries mode, etc. Unlocked with the characters, costumes, everything. Now, I've been completed this title, but I would have completed it faster, but waiting for my brother and all this kind of stuff. Plus, I'm working a full-time job. You know how I go. But this video I've been meaning to put up. But now here it is today, elites. First thing first. Graphics. Let's talk about graphics. No, let's talk about the bigger issue. The gameplay. People and reviewers have been saying that the gameplay is very bad. And they say it's strayed away from the roots of Resident Evil. But this is my thing. The roots of Resident Evil. Yes, for everyone who's been following Resident Evil since the beginning, we all know how it used to be. People say it's not scary no more. It's not, it lost its edge on survival horror. But you have to remember, y'all, with this horror, we're older now. What scared us back then when we were younger, the whole zombies thing, that's not even really scary anymore. So you have to take that into consideration. We're older now. Like Freddy Krueger, that's not scary anymore. Jason, Michael Myers, Chucky, that's not scary anymore. Well, not to me at least. It's just not scary. And oh man, for the ones who call themselves real Resident Evil fans, I don't know. I question that. Broken Games, I'm pretty sure a lot of you in the gaming community has heard of him. Cool dude, good videos, He gave his impressions on the demo a while back, and I remember watching that video, and he was not pleased with the title. And he said in the video, I think he said that he expect people to say that, well, BG, this is just the demos, the final product will be better, they'll fix any bugs or glitches. And he was saying that he doubt that they're going to make any changes or significant changes from the time the demo is out all the way up to the main, launch street day. He didn't think they were going to do anything to fix the issues. But the funny thing is, of course, yes, he said he's a fan of third-person shooters. I am as well. And he said the cover system just feels broken. Like, he said the gameplay feels loose. And he said the graphics are not all that good. Now, this is the thing. I have played the Resident Evil 6 demo just a lot earlier than a lot of you, because when you get Dragon's Dogma, it comes with that demo. So I played it way earlier than when it was released for the public download. Anyway, my thing about that, the control. Let's talk, the control, aka gameplay. Naturally, ever since Resident Evil has switched to the third person, over-the-shoulder view, it seems like now with 5, especially 6, people tend to compare it with these other third-person shooters. And I'm saying this to everyone who's watching this. BG, if you're watching this, I remember Shokyo, he downloaded the demo. He was kind of doubtful about it, but at least he said, he's going to reserve his judgment for the main title, because at the end of the day, it's just a demo. This is the thing. Naturally, people are going to automatically compare this with other third-person shooters, but you have to realize every third-person over-the-shoulder cover-based shooter is not going to feel the same. Kane and Lynch is not going to feel like Gears of War. Gears of War is not going to feel like Mass Effect. Mass Effect is not going to feel like Army 2. Army 2 is not going to feel like Dead Space. Dead Space is not going to feel like Uncharted. Uncharted is not going to feel like Ghost Recon. You get where I'm going with this. So that's my thing. And yes, I did notice that when I was playing with Leon, it felt kind of, you know, loose and light. But the thing is, when I picked Chris, he felt heavier. And it made sense. Chris, he's more buff than Leon. You know, he has more gear than Leon. And same thing with Jake. You pick, man, if you play with Chris and then you pick Jake, Leon, anybody else, yes, they will feel lighter. But I wasn't, I didn't find that as a flaw. You know, I didn't find it a flaw. And this is the thing. The cover system, I don't see no issue with that cover system. I don't know if it's the fact that, of course, you were playing the demo. You know, you're saying it feel broken. Well, broken games, it's the demo. So if it felt broken to you, obviously it was the demo. But this is the thing. I didn't have any issues with it. It's so simple. I went up to a wall. Now I own a 360. I went up to the wall, hit the L trigger. They leaned up against the wall. Plain and simple. Left and right, the analog, they go this way with the wall. You click down, they crouch down. You can't blind fire. No, you can't. Maybe that's what felt weird or broken about it. And you lean around the corner and you shoot. So simple. So simple. Another thing is, that's up against the wall. Cover objects, you know, that's on the ground. You go up to it, it says press A. How simple is that? You just press A and they go up to it and stay crouched. You peek up and shoot. Aim down the sight, excuse me, with the L trigger, shoot with the R trigger. It's just like any other cover third person cover based title. So I obviously all these reviewers and everybody on YouTube saying it just didn't feel right. I don't know what version you were playing. Maybe because, like I said, it was the demo. Or for the ones who own the copy and they say this, you know, it's just, oh man, it's just an abomination. The gameplay is bad. Maybe a lot of you just suck ass. I don't know. But I didn't. There's no issues with me, to me, with the gameplay. Story-wise, I loved it. Like I said, I'm a true Resident Evil fan, and with this, you have to realize that. And I said this in my previous video: games are nothing but interactive stories. Well, I said 97% of all titles are interactive stories. The only way to progress through the story is to play the title. I've been keeping up with Resident Evil since the beginning, so to see these changes that are implemented into the title, story-wise and gameplay-wise, it was a big eye-opener to me. And this thing with Resident Evil, I was so amped to see. Like when they announced Part 6, I was thinking to myself, like, oh man, who's the main character gonna be? Like, what's gonna be the story? What's, you know, Umbrella Corporation? I thought they were done, but this the thing. When I seen the trailer, the reveal trailer, and I seen you can pick Chris again. Chris, he's my favorite character. He's the main character of the whole series. So I was like, yes, they brought Chris back. Then I'm like, oh man, they brought Leon back. Last time Leon was seen was in Part 4. I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then I'm thinking, who is this new guy? Jake. I'm like, huh. I'm like, well, the son of Wesker. Wesker, he's legendary. He's like the greatest known villain in Resident Evil. He's like my favorite villain in the Resident Evil series. So I'm like, he has a son. Like, damn, like where did this come from? What is this about? And to see the way everything is now on a global scale, you know, all this catastrophic events that has taken place in the Resident Evil series. And when I seen on the trailer, of course, yes, Ada Wong has returned. When I seen on the trailer that Chris and Leon has a confrontation, that I always wanted to see. I knew they met each other before, but this is the first time, to my knowledge, in the Resident Evil main series, you know, 0 through 6, this is the first time they have met. You know, that they've showed them on screen at the same time. And they were having a squabble. That was everybody had debates about that, forum sites, who will win, Chris or Leon, or who's the better character. But to see them actually right there together, that, I love that. Also, I love the way you had 3 different campaigns. No, 4. 4 different playable campaigns. Genius, and they all connected. They all connected with each other. I love that. I love the fact they continue with Mercenaries mode, you know, unlockable costumes, other maps to play on, etc. Drop in and drop out co-op. I did love that. But the things people are also complaining about, they say how Resident Evil is not horror anymore. It's not horror. Now, if you're a real gamer, a real Resident Evil fan, and before I get into that, let me address this acronym, of course, fags. I'm sick and tired of these fags. You know, and that stands for fake ass gamers. Now, if you consider yourself a fake gamer and you say, I mean, if you consider yourself a real gamer, I'm sorry. If you consider yourself a real gamer, a true gamer, and you know that you are just saying these ignorant things, you're not going about things the way a real gamer should, then hey, right there, you know you are one. If you take offense to this, it is no offense to, it's not intentional to offend anyone, but I'm telling you right now, this is the thing. If you are a real gamer, and if you are a real Resident Evil fan, you would know a long time ago, they were talking about the whole change of Resident Evil, you know, 6, like the real heavy action tone it was going for, like that it was headed. Because when that trailer was released, it had a lot of mixed reviews. I'm not reviews, but a lot of mixed messages. People were even saying like, man, it looks like a Michael Bay trailer, it looks like a Michael Bay game. But Resident Evil 6, the creators, they said, the head director, he clearly said the horror genre in gaming is dying. Look at all the different genres in gaming. The horror genre is dying. How many horror titles can you really think of? I mean, straight up horror, like, you know, survival horror at that. What is that? What? Silent Hill, Resident Evil. Some would even throw Dead Space in there. Silent Hill, some will say that's still scary. Dead Space, yes, some will say that's still. Now that can keep me on edge. You know, Dead Space can, you know, it can make the hairs on the back of your neck, you know, stand up. But you know, it's the situation in that game. You know, you're in space. 9 times out of 10, you're going down a corridor. You know, and it's only two ways to go, this way or that way. And the enemy comes this way, you rather stand your ground and fight it, or go back, or go through that motivator. Anyway, he said it's dying. Yes, action. He see there's a lot of action titles out here, but the reason why it seems like it's also a lot of action in Resident Evil, the story has evolved so much. You know, as well as the gameplay. Always notice, elites and people who hate Resident Evil 6, gameplay has to evolve with story. It has to. Resident Evil 1 is started out on in a freaking mansion. Now everything is on a global scale. It went from mansion to city to the whole world. New enemies, new plot twist, stronger new enemies. Things have to evolve and change. And no more of the tank controls. You know, tank controls, for all of you who do not know, tank controls, that is literally what it is. The old Resident Evil 0, 1, 2, and 3 all had tank controls. You know, like when you control the tank in some of these games, left and right, it makes the turret swing around like that. The old Resident Evil, you go left to right. They stand in place and walk around in a circle. Now, they got rid of those controls. Plus the whole thing, when you go up to a door, it always show the door. Just first person view. You know, y'all remember that for the ones who've been following Resident Evil. No more when you go up the ladder. Ding, ding, ding. How it just shows the ladder. No more of that. You know, you rarely see this anymore in the new Resident Evils, but really no more, oh, the door is locked. You know, like, what? Shoot that motivator open. Melee now. Now, I remember 4 and 5. Melee, the way Melee worked, of course, you shoot an enemy in the knee or the eye. You know, they will hold their eye or hold their knee. You go up to them, hit the attack button, you know, and they'll do Melee. But now in Resident Evil 6, you can do Melee. Yes, you have a stamina meter, so you just can't keep spamming Melee. But even with that, it's certain enemies you can't just keep meleeing. And some enemies, you would just be retarded to go in Melee. But that's something they implemented into Resident Evil as far as gameplay, because that's something that fans wanted. Also, the whole thing with the action thing. Oh man, listen y'all, Capcom, they gave all the fans what they wanted. If you want that horror, traditional feel, play through Leon's campaign. He has the zombies. If you want that action feel that Part 5 delivered, play through Chris's campaign. If you want that feel of Part 3 Resident Evil Nemesis, where there's a big BOW chasing you down, hunting you down, wherever you go, keeping you on edge, thinking, when is this thing going to pop up and come after me, play through Jake's campaign. If you want the puzzles, you know, and everything with a little bit more of a feel of the traditional Resident Evil story, or with a little bit of stealth, play through Ada Wong's campaign. You know, they gave you something. They gave something to all the fans. And Shinji Mikami, if you all do not know who that is, he is the man who reinvented this whole thing. Like, Resident Evil 4 topped it off. Everyone is saying Resident Evil 4 was the best one. Why? Because that was the start of what was making it better. But see, Part 6 has everything that was in 4 and 5. So shouldn't Part 6 be the best Resident Evil? Now, you may disagree, of course, that Resident Evil 6 is not the best Resident Evil. But Resident Evil, it has evolved greatly. Now it has, you know, obviously, you see the HUD now. You know, you have your life bar. You have your ammo counter. You know, you have you aim down the sight with the weapons. You have the change the color of the crosshair. And of course, I love when you run, you can dive back on the ground, lay down like this and still ready your weapon and fire. Same thing if you're down and out and you're slowly dying, you can still ready your weapon. While you're down on the ground, you can roll to the left, roll to the right, you know, shimmy forward, shimmy backwards. And the thing I love about it, oh, you can also heal while you're down and out like that. But the thing with that, Elites, it came in handy because there are times you will get knocked down and all that time is taken for your character to get up. You know, there are going to be times you can't get up. There are going to be times you can't even shoot while you're down. You're going to have to roll out the way and still stay down shooting. That is a genius thing they implemented. I love the extra details. You're running towards something, they instantly hop over it. I love those kind of things. You can still slide. The melee that I love, of course, quick shot. I love quick shot. Hit both of the triggers at the same time. They instantly lock on. They shoot a couple rounds. If it's a single shot weapon like a sidearm or a magnum, they shoot one shot. If it's an assault rifle, they shoot quick 3 shots. But that saves you a lot on ammo because you can, once you do that, you put 3 quick shots into the zombie, it's an instant melee kill. Instant melee kill. And some zombies will have objects in their hands. And you take the weapon out of their hand and knock their head off and whatnot. And if there's another zombie next to them, it's a 2-hitter. So, but this title, it's a good title. Another thing, Broken Games was saying that how I didn't feel like Resident Evil, feel like he was playing another third-person shooter, and how he was saying Part 5 and with Chris's campaign on Part 6, you know, it's like he said it's like he was fighting zombies with guns, you know, and he felt like he was fighting people. Why does the zombies have guns? This is the thing. And you say you're a real Resident Evil fan, and I think I put this in one of your comments. I mean, I put this in the comment section. Resident Evil 4 and 5 did not have no zombies at all. None at all. Why? Shinji Mikami, the director of 4 and 5, the one who reinvented the series, he said zombies are getting old and done. That old, that's done and old. He said we need something better, something new. Yes, Resident Evil is known for zombies, but of course those are not zombies. Those are infected humans, the Las Granadas. They were affected by the Plaga. A real Resident Evil fan should know that. Same thing with, what was that, Part 5, when they were in Africa. Now, yes, in Part 6 there are zombies, but this is why. Of course, the C virus. The C virus, stronger than the T and the G virus. The C virus, there are 2 ways of becoming infected with the C virus. Well, obviously 3 ways. 1, when it's airborne with fog, that's when you turn into a zombie. But when it's injected into you, you become like the Java. Those are the ones you were fighting in Chris's campaign. The one you said, why do these zombies have guns? But those are not zombies. Excuse me. But yes, the C virus is a whole lot stronger because we see zombies in Resident Evil 6. They do hold objects. They can leap after you. They can do a quick zombie sprint rush. I did see zombies using guns like the police officer zombies, but their equilibrium is off. They just blatantly just shooting or just that's how they shoot. They don't, they're not, aiming down the sight like that. No. But I do like the new animations within the zombies. I've seen zombies trip over their feet. I've seen zombies trip over other zombies. I've seen zombies trip up the stairs, down the stairs. I've seen zombies try to crawl over things and trip. I've seen zombies hit each other. Those features I do like. Extra little details. If you're running, you run into a wall. They won't just keep running to the wall. They will actually acknowledge it's a wall and put their hands up against it like that. That I do like. Just like on some first-person shooters, you go up to a wall, they lift their gun up like that. They're just not walking into a wall like that. Another thing people have to remember, it had to change with the story, like I said. So to me, I didn't have no issue with the game whatsoever. To me, this is a very good game. I didn't have no issue with the controls. The camera didn't give me an issue. It makes me wonder, did you all have a bad copy, or did you all experience a bad, did you all download the demo and had a bad version of the demo, and you just went ahead and just decided, oh, the whole game is garbage. I played the demo, but the whole game is garbage. And then, you said, the people say it's just not Resident Evil anymore. Look, man, that just kills me. It's still a good game, regardless. You say, oh, it's not scary anymore, so it's bad. No, it's still a good game. Voice acting, graphics are good to me. I'm not saying they're, oh my God, Fallout to see this has to be like next gen. No, graphics are not like that. But the graphics were good to me. Gameplay and control was good to me. I've never lost because of the camera or the control. Never. I mean, I could just easily simply upload some gameplay of me going through Mercenaries and doing some commentary saying, all right, y'all, where's the issue at? Where's the issue? Camera finding me. Yes, Capcom is making an update, I believe, where you can have free control over the camera. They're adding in another higher difficulty, as well as another partner to accompany Ada, because Ada, hers was single player. And also the new skill system. I love that. You earn skill points now, because Resident Evil 4 and 5, you can purchase weapons and upgrading. That is no longer in Resident Evil 6. However, the new skill system, you earn skill points by defeating enemies. And when you get the skill points, you go to the skill shop and you buy these skills. These skills, and once you buy the skills through campaign, you have 3 slots. You can put the skills, 1 skill per slot, so you can go through campaign with 3 skills. Mercenaries, 1 skill, because if it was 3 skills in Mercenary, it'd be too easy. But the skills range from attack damage up, defense damage up, extra damage to zombie, Dravo, let's see, stronger potency when you use your when you heal yourself with the pills. And I'm gonna talk about the menu system after this. And there's different levels to that. Attack power level 1, attack power level 2, attack power level 3, stronger melee damage. Let's see, increased time going through Mercenaries, extra points when you're going through Mercenaries as well. And it's just a long array of skills. Oh yeah, unlocking unlimited ammo for grenade launchers, assault rifles, sidearms, crossbow. It's just a long list. I haven't even unlocked all the skills yet, elites. Just know that. It's just a long list of skills to pick from, and it makes the gameplay a lot more interesting. But since I completed all 4 campaigns, I was awarded with the with the reveal of the unlimited ammo weapons, that I can buy. Eliminating the unlimited ammo skills that I can buy in the skill shop. So I went ahead and I purchased the unlimited ammo for the assault rifle, and that was 89,000 skill points. But I went ahead and did that, and I put that with attack power up and more damage with assault rifle and unlimited assault rifle damage. Yeah, and right now I'm going through it on professional. But this is also the thing, the menu system. I seen a video where someone was talking about the new menu system is garbage. Like, man, look, if you look at the old Resident Evil menu system, you had like 6 slots in the menu. Keep in mind, you have to check your life bar in the menu, Plus, on top of that, the old Resident Evil, you needed the ink ribbons and the save. So you run out of ink ribbons, you couldn't save and all this stuff. But yes, they said that adds to it. But, that also, taken away from that, that was not a flaw in my opinion. Like, just straight up save, that's it. Anyway, no more big chests. You have to put everything in the chest. You have 6 slots. So you have your pistol in there, your shotgun, your grenade launcher, and then you need ammo for these. So you have 3 slots left. You have 3 weapons in there. So you need 3 different ammo types. So then you have to think, damn, let me put this weapon back in this chest, because I still need slots for my herbs or my first aid spray or a key or any kind of tool to get me through a puzzle, open a door. And they have to get rid of that. The menu on Resident Evil is so simple. Left and right is your weapons, up and down is your grenades and healer items. Like, how I don't get it. People say the game is bad because it went away from the roots. Like I said, I haven't had no issues with the menu. I haven't had any issues with the gameplay or the camera angle. What version are you all playing? Like, what is going to make y'all probably have some bad copies, or y'all probably just suck ass. But also, I do love how you can still combine the herbs and everything. The red herb, green herb, and you can combine multiple green herbs, and then you can implement them into a quick slot. So that way, you turn them into pill form. You hit that right shoulder button, takes the pills, You hit it once, he puts one pill in his hand. You hit it 3 times, 1, 2, 3. Takes 3 pills, it heals up your life a whole lot greater. And when you're aiming down the sight, you can click the analog and the camera go from this way to that way, because you can try to peek around a wall like, damn, I need to see what's around here. And then let's say if you're in a gunfight, if you just want to peek around the wall, you can lean up against the wall and look. But if you're in a gunfight, you know, or if you're fighting an enemy, click that analog and the camera go this way. So you're over here now, and the camera, it gives you that view right here. You will see, you know, what's coming your way or what you're shooting at. But that's the thing, Elites. And also keep in mind, man, Resident Evil 4 is what set the whole third-person shooter genre. That is what set it off. It's not the first. If you want to take it back, the very, you know, early titles, there was an early title that had the cover system, and that was a third-person shooter. It was called Kill Switch on the first Xbox. Yes, I used to have it. But the first third-person shooter to ever have a cover-based system was it was on Nintendo 64. Winback came out in 1999, and later it had a PlayStation 2 port in 2001. It was titled Winback. So that's my thing, Elites. So if you want to know what I think, to me it's my favorite Resident Evil. It is. Multiple characters to pick from. The story made perfect sense. Everything was connected. I love the conclusion of the ending of all the characters. To me, good gameplay. The camera did not have an issue for me. If you have been following Resident Evil since the beginning, hey, oh yeah, that's another thing people say it took away from the horror. Having a partner. Okay, you know, that's debatable. You know, they say it takes away from the horror. You have a partner now. But it does add suspense. And yes, I know you're thinking, well, Ace, was there some scary parts in Resident Evil 6? There were some eerie parts. You know, like the time when you are in China, you're playing through Leon's campaign, and that missile comes full of the C virus and makes it airborne. You just seen that fog all over China. And you meet with this BSAA soldier. You're in the Humvee with him. It's a first-person view. He's driving through the streets of Hong Kong. Nothing but fog everywhere. The only thing you can see is how, you know, he had his high beams on, and you can only see something when you're right close up on it. So basically, he was just driving blind, and you could just hear the moaning of the zombies do touching on the windows. If the slightest crack, and you inhale that virus, instantly dead. So that kept me on edge. And there was one point when you first arrive in China, you fight a new BOW. He can't die. He keeps regenerating. His upper torso and bottom torso keeps regenerating. You split him. I mean, shoot him and he splits. He crawls after you. The legs come after you. He can squeeze through any vents. The noise he makes is very crazy. He doesn't have any eyes. And you two have to, basically, if you want to do it right, split up and get the keys. Eventually, there is a point you do have to split up, and that thing is chasing you. It's just empty, quiet silence in Hong Kong. I mean, not Hong Kong, but in China. Yes, I know Hong Kong is in China, but you don't be in Hong Kong. The thing is, it's like, though, you know, it was some hair-raising, eerie moments in Resident Evil 6, but like I said, it's harder to be afraid of things when you are older, especially in video games. But for all the ones who say, oh, that takes away from horror, having another partner, I'm going to see if people say the same thing with Dead Space 3. Because now, guess what? You have a partner now in Dead Space 3. So, hey, I'm going to see what people say about that. So that's my thing, Elites. I enjoyed it. But yes, Steel's Forever, he made a video talking about how Resident Evil 6 is a good game. He did a very good job on that. As well as this one guy, I forget his name, I apologize. He destroyed it. I shut it down in this, but he destroyed it. You know? 41-minute long video. Yes, 41 minutes. He just destroyed all of those reviewers. Everybody hating on this, but it's just everybody say it's bad. This game sucks. This game sucks. They never really go into detail. So that's my whole thing about it. When they do go into detail, you know. So tell me what you all think. Like I said, choose wisely before you leave any negative comments trying to counter comment this video. I would greatly appreciate it if you are a true real Resident Evil fan, if you're not a fag, aka fake ass gamer. But yeah, Elites, just don't be a fake ass gamer. You really like games. If you say you're a true gamer, I mean, do your research. People was acting like they were surprised it went this route. I mean, if you're a fan of Resident Evil, a real fan, if you're a real gamer, you will read those articles. You will watch those developer interviews. You would read why these changes were implemented. I mean, so this is no surprise to me. Keep up with your titles if you claim you're a fan of your series. So that's all I got to say, Elites. Hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me your thoughts. Elite Ace signing out.